Hello, Stickosaurus here, and today we're going to start work on Kamen Rider Revi Helmet. I don't know if that's the right name. I'll correct myself later. I just kind of want to get this started on this. Beautiful model by 3D Command Center. We have all the other pieces, which is, I think, just lenses for this. Yeah, the lenses are impressive. They're a little intimidating, but we'll figure it out. I have them already printed, and they fit nice. Like I said, I don't know if this is called Revi. Isn't Vice the little like demon he has? Is he called Revice, or is he like, I don't know. I'm so confused. I want to make Demon, whatever the spider one is. He is so cool. I hope 3D Command Center makes a model for him, or if someone can point me in direction of someone who has one, please and thank you. But we're gonna get work on this. It's gonna be a little challenge. I gotta try to find pastel paints. I know they exist. I know they're out there, but I don't have any. So should be cool. Looking forward to this. So we'll get some spot putty on here and go from there. So let's get to it. It's a solid start, I think. It has a lot of weird nooks and crannies that we're gonna have to try to get in with like a sanding sponge, I think. I don't want to get it too heavy where the eyes are supposed to be, or else it's not gonna fit right. So we'll see what we can do. As long as we make sure the mouth area looks good, the like teeth outline, I think we'll be on the right track. And there's some spots in the back where we need to get some more of the supports off still, but we'll take a file to it and see what we can get. All right, this thing is a pain to sand, for real. But I think we're about ready to start wet sanding. I'm gonna let this dry. We might have to sand a little bit more in the teeth in the very front. I kind of try to chisel it out, but I can see some areas. Just go in some 220 should be fine. And I want to take a file up in here under the crest parts. And then I think that's probably okay. There's always like one or two spots. Excuse me, that could be a little better, but kind of is what it is at this point. I don't really know. It's getting to that point where I always say where you can fix it, but you're probably gonna mess something else up. I don't really want to mess it up because I think it looks good. I'm having trouble getting the paint for this. What I wanted to use, there's Rust-Oleum Universal Sea Mist and Champagne Rose pearlescent paint that I wanted to get, but I can't find it here. I think there's an Ace Hardware I can check out. There's only two places I know, them and Home Depot, that sell Rust-Oleum. Can't find it online. It's on Amazon for $30 a can, and I'm not all about that life. I'm not that worried about getting this done. It's just for me and for you, for your viewing pleasure. But I don't know. I have a hard limit. Though I did spend like $40 on like 2 cans of clear, so I don't know. We'll see if I can find any. If not, maybe I'll look. I know Pigtail did a Kamen Rider Revi helmet. I'll see what paint they used. I mean, they use acrylic, but if I have to airbrush acrylic on, I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. I don't really have any other option. I know I can find pearlescent acrylic. That's not a problem. It's just spray paint's nicer, in my opinion. I guess if you airbrush acrylic, it really doesn't matter. But I'm not very good at that, so it's gonna be a whole thing, and I hate to ruin a whole helmet. We could just do the back. I don't know. We'll see. I will look online this week and see what I can find. If I can make it to an Ace store, because I need to get some satin clear too for Omega Ranger helmet. So I do need to go regardless of this helmet, but we'll see. Hopefully you think it's looking as well as I am. We'll have to start working on the eyes here eventually. They're rather large, but I think we can do it. I think we can vacuum form them. I'm gonna leave the supports on. We'll just cut it and should be able to do the supports, not get any webbing, but we'll try to see what can happen. And then there's in here, I don't know. because I didn't know until I like actually worked on it. But in here is like a little like translucent gem. I don't know what we're gonna do for that. I do have like there's a name for it, but you can make like a 1-part mold out of it. You just kind of heat it up in boiling water and push the thing in it, and just let it cool down, and it leaves it. It's pretty good. I made some Ranger keys with it out of epoxy, like milliputty, whatever, and it worked pretty well for that. And that was a little more complex than just like a 1/4-inch V shape. So maybe we'll try that. It'd be a lot easier to do that. Maybe I can get some just a 2-part epoxy resin from like DG for like $5. Give it a shot. 5-minute epoxy. That's what I'm thinking. So that's a possibility. We'll see what happens. But yeah, gonna let this dry and we'll get to it next week. So for this, I think we're gonna start with the base coat of just flat white, and then I got this pearl hot pink. It's a little too hot pinky, if that makes sense. But I was just mixing it with some white to see what it looked like. I got kind of close to the color that I'm aiming for. I guess the color in my head that Revi is probably not actually what it is, so I should probably double check. But I am going to airbrush this on. So I think with a white base and airbrushing it on, we can get to that color first before we start getting too hot pink, if that makes sense. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm still gonna put a little white in this when I mix it up to airbrush, but I think the white base coat will help me seal the deal, so to speak. So we'll do that. I got this for the pink. I didn't figure out the blue yet. I wish I could have got those Rust-Oleum pearl metallics, but I cannot find them anywhere around here, so that's kind of a bummer, but I think this might work. We're gonna give it a shot, and what happens happens. Well, I'm hoping this color is light enough. I don't know if you can see it on my hand there. I think it's close. It probably could be like a little lighter, maybe like a little yellow or something. I'm not sure. We're gonna go with this. Hopefully it sprays okay. It's a little thick, but I got it to milky consistency, but it still seems weird. I hope this turns out. If mine's a little brighter pink than it should be, then we'll adjust. But that's the plan, so let's see what happens. I apologize, my hose kept catching my tripod and moving the camera. I think that's okay. It might be just a little dark. It could be a little lighter, but I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. And it kind of has that pearlescent look. I don't know if that's because it's still wet. We'll see. But I'm going to do one more light coat. Just use up whatever I've left in the gun here. I'm going to let it sit for a couple minutes and I'll do that. And I don't know what color's next. I honestly have no idea what other than pink. I'm so fixated on the pink. I know there's turquoise somewhere. I think that's in the mouth. I'm not sure. Really not sure. Gonna have to double check. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do next, but I think it looks okay for what it is. I really wish I could find something a little brighter, but lighter? Are lighter and brighter the same thing? No, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack there, but don't need that right now. So yeah, we're gonna do one more coat and then we'll find out what's next. This looks great, I think, but I was at terrible Hobby Lobby. It's the only art store around me. I know. I apologize. That's all I can do. And I was looking for the blue to do for this. I found this, and I think this is the color I wanted. Like this is baby pink, and that's like exactly what I wanted. So I think I'm gonna spray this over this. It's probably gonna be too dark, but mixing that white in kind of lost the pearlescence of that hot pink pearl paint I had. So we'll give this a shot. If it's terrible, we will just put white back on it. Try this again. Not a big deal. I got the teal color as well, so we can finally get moving on this. I did get a layer of spot putty on the lenses. That's gonna need sanded here probably this morning, but yeah, we're gonna give this a shot. So Deco Art Pearls, baby pink. So we'll see what happens. Much better. I had to do an extra couple coats on the front, no big deal, but the back looks beautiful. This is certainly more the color than it was, so I'm very happy with it. You know, you learn, find what you want first, but we would have been happy with the other one. I just locked onto this, so no big deal, happy with it. We'll let this dry. Probably do the blue next. Maybe, yeah, we'll do the blue. I don't know. I'll think about it, but yeah, I think it looks a lot better. Here are Revi's eyes, vacuum formed. I think they turned out rather well, all things considering. Got a little melt here, just on this one. The other one's fine. But yeah, we're gonna cut them out. I'm gonna try to get a little bit left so we can have something to glue with. But we'll see. We'll see. I had to trim up RX's pretty much to get them to fit right, but yeah, I think this turned out not too bad. It certainly gave me hope that I can do this at home, you know, do the vacuum forming and all that, which is probably the hardest part. Well, at least the most intimidating part, I guess, to me at least. See, this side didn't get sucked down enough, so it might be a little weird, but we'll figure it out. No big deal. This side melted, just the plastic. Well, I guess the supports melted too, but they're just supports. It's not a big deal. So that's that. We will get this cut out. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So hopefully these fit. I'll get these cut out, both of them, and we'll get them kind of taped in Revi at least. I have to do some touch-ups and stuff on it. And we still got to do like the purple eye and the black on it. So it's still got a little ways to go. I got some VHT red spray tint. I know I usually use the black. I mean, these eyes are obviously red, so that's why I got that. But it seemed to work okay on my black RX lenses. I sprayed them this morning. Oh boy, I'm screwing this up, I think. But hopefully I can get the same sort of success on these. We will see though. I would not hold my breath. So, yep. I'll catch back with you here after I get these cut out and all that. Perfect. I mean, almost. There's a little bit of, you know, just a tiny, not quite right, but, so I don't know what goes on up there. I legitimately don't know. So, maybe I'll look at the model, but other than that, I think we're in. I might have to clean this up, actually. I didn't realize I was going to show so much, so we'll take the support off. We got to touch up in here. I'm going to see if anyone did like detail lines on any of this stuff. We're going to do this black, purple. I have an idea to make the gemstone. So we still got a little ways to go, but I want to get these visors spray tinted first, and then we'll have the stressful part, at least to me, out of the way. But yeah, I think this is gonna look awesome. Definitely gonna look awesome. So, all right, let's keep at it. For the eyes, I'm just gonna use this extreme lacquer Purplicious that I used on my co-rag. I think it'll be fine. There's not a lot in here, but I hope, because I had my
I had a little can like this and it ran out the other day when I was trying to do something else. And I didn't have another one, so it's my only one. I think we can just do the eyes. Maybe we'll just do acrylic around the eyes, probably easier. But we'll do that, touch-ups. Gotta work on my gem idea, have an idea for that. And then we'll do the fine lines, get the visor in, magnets, elastic, and I think we're done. I'm gonna think about doing like the inside pattern for the eyes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it or how, but I want to, so that's the plan. We got the detail lines on Revi. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I could do around the mouth. I think it'd look really cool, but none of the pictures I've seen seem to look like it does that. So we're just gonna have to stick with my terrible paint job. But whatever. For the gem in the forehead, one, I lost this, so I had to print it out again. But this is, I don't know what exactly it's called. I think people that make like that green stuff make blue stuff. That's what it is. All it is like, I don't know, like a squishy thing, and you like heat it up, and then once it's heated, it's malleable, and you like just push in objects you want to mold. You can do 2-part molds even with these. I used to do 2-part molds and made some Ranger keys with some Milliput. But I just made a little mold of this gem. I didn't really worry about sanding it too much because I think the ridges might give like the resin a cool look. But I don't know, this could all go horribly wrong, but I think we can put some resin in here, some UV resin, cure it. We'll color it purple like the gem, and should be able to pop something out. Hopefully it gets sunnier. I was kind of just gonna let this sit outside for a little bit, but no promising. If not, we can get the flashlight. It's just a tiny bit. It should be fine. This thing's like micro thin. It's not micro thin, but it took 13 minutes to print. So, and that was with a raft. I always do rafts. That's just my choice. My bottoms are fine. It might cost me more filament, but I'd rather do that than have a print fly off. Because my printer's out in the garage and the temperature's changed and everything, so it's a whole thing. But that's why I use rafts all the time. You don't have to. You can get away with the brim if you're a professional. Go for it. I support you. But we'll try this, see what happens. If this goes well, we'll glue her on there, and we'll move on to the clear coat. I haven't quite figured out how to do like the inside eye stuff. I mean, I think I'm just gonna do black foam and cut out a little like round rectangle things. But that's gonna take like 30 years. But I'll do it. Don't worry, we'll get it done. But we can do that after we clear it and get the stuff in. So that's the plan. Let's see what happens. Okay, looks a little dark. I mean, not dark like translucent, I guess, or not translucent. Is what I'm trying to say. But we'll see. I'm probably gonna take this and set it outside, see what happens for a little bit. I don't know if you can do molds of UV resin. I've never tried. I didn't look this up. I kind of just did. Worst comes to worst, we could just cover the piece we have in resin or something, make it look smooth. But I might just put too many drops of the dye in. It kind of came out really quick. So, but I'm not going to sit here all day and hold this overtop this. I have other stuff to do, so we're going to sit outside and see what happens. I think we're about ready to clear. So for the gem, here's what I initially did. This was that UV resin with some of the dyes that I have with it, and it just makes it too opaque. You can't see through this. It looks like an Easter bunny now, which is convenient because it's Easter today, but didn't like it. I would have lived with it, but I had kind of another idea, so I just casted it clear. Then after it dried, I just painted the back of it, did a quick blast of this purple. It's all I had left, though. Like, it took me everything to get this little bit out of the can. And this looks a lot better. It looks a little weird right now because, well, first off, we got these 2 dots here. There just must have been a little bit of dust there, and the paint kind of went around it as it does. But I don't have any more, so I think it's going to be fine once we get, no light behind it. But this looks more translucent, and once we get the clear coat on it, I think it's going to look fantastic. So I think we're just going to glue this on right here. I'm just going to use some super glue, I think. Probably be the easiest. And then I think we're going to move on to clear coating. I think it is, it's about time. I touched up some of the stuff I could. Every time I try to touch up the mouth, make it crisper, I just make it worse. So I think we're just going to ride with it and see what happens. The clear coat should make it look presentable, I would think. So not super worried about it. And once we get it together, I'm sure you'll be able to see my face behind these. Let's get to clear coating. So we couldn't get the inside figured out. We're going to roll with this. If maybe later 3D Command Center gets to me about getting model for this, we'll put it in. But that's magnets, elastic, so let's get to the spin around. And there is our second Kamen Rider helmet finished, Kamen Rider Revi from Kamen Rider Revi. As you already know, because if you're watching this, I'm sure you know more about this than I do. I think the big glaring issue is the lack of the compound eyes. I tried some foam stuff, it didn't work. I tried paying 3D Command Center to model the insides, and he just seemed too busy right now, which I get, no big deal. So I just had to call it. It was sitting there just gathering dust in the garage, half done, so it is what it is. I don't think it looks bad. I think on the shelf it's going to look fine. Still looks pretty mean. Great colors. I think this proved that you can use acrylic paint if you really want to, as long as you get a nice clear coat on it, because this is all acrylic except for the white. Oh, and this purple up here. But other than that, all acrylic, and I think it turned out wonderful. Really happy about this. This helmet's awesome. I want to do Vice, so I have them together. Their final forms just leaked today, so those look intimidating, and I don't even want to try it because like the whole top half is visor, and no, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good, unless you really want to see it. Please don't. Please. But we have more Kamen Rider coming up. Black RX should be coming soon. I want to do Agito and 01. They were fan suggestions, I guess. So those should be coming too. And I want to do O's final form from the movie as well. Dizakers has that file, so I'm going to hopefully get that soon, get that going. Another one I really want to do is Demons, but looks intense. It'd be cool to do the Light of Eyes and all that. So we'll see. Oh, we have Ichigo the First coming as well. Sorta having a lot of issues with that. So if you don't see that, I apologize. I mean, you probably will, but just in case. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know a lot of people want to see Kamen Rider Helmet, so trying to get more in the pipeline. Still got my Sentai project I'm working on, so just trying to speckle them in between, and they take a lot more time than the Sentai helmets. They have a lot more pieces. They always have like gems and wild eyes and colors. It's a thing. So I'm trying for you. But yeah, make sure you follow, like, subscribe. Really helps me out. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Links all down in my link tree. Link to the store if you want some merch in the link tree. And other than that, have a great day, and thanks for watching.